ILT task descriptors and job roles. Peter Kilcoyne. The research that we did showed that the task descriptions fall into a number of different categories. These varied according to those which are more curriculum based and those which were technically based. So in a list from the curriculum based skills through the technically based skills, we identified the task descriptions fall into the following categories: ILT training and promotion, ILT support, ILT professional advisor, ILT project coordinator, monitoring ILT developments externally, ILT content development, ILT testing and piloting, VLE support, technical maintenance and help desk, VLE monitoring and maintenance, website development and maintenance. A key thing to note here is that these don't describe all the tasks that a typical ILT member of staff would do. Different staff would have a different subset of these particular task categories within their job. We also identified that there are a very mixed picture of solutions as to ILT tasks and staffing in different colleges. Firstly, different colleges had widely varying numbers of ILT staff in their organisation, which varied from colleges that have absolutely no staff at all to those that have up to 10 full-time equivalent staff. There was also a wide difference in the focus of the sort of roles that ILT staff had in colleges. Some were more curriculum-based, some were focusing on web applications, websites, etc. Some had much more technical roles which integrated and merged into the more technical IT support roles, and some of these were a mixture of these particular roles. We also identified that ILT was placed in different places in the college structure in organisations. Some colleges have ILT based under curriculum, some business support, some under quality, and some under IT. It was also noted that in job descriptions, different qualifications would be expected from ILT staff. In a few organisations, teacher training was required. Some focused on IT skills, some on multimedia skills, some on web skills, and some didn't require any particular qualification set and were more general. This kind of confused and mixed set of circumstances in different organisations leads us to think that there may be needs for future developments to be looked at, such as a qualification structure and professional development pathway for ILT staff, for which nothing exists at the moment. There are a few master's qualifications, and ILT does crop up in modules on some initial teacher training qualifications, but there's nothing specific in place for people to get qualified in order to get a career specifically in ILT. Another thing that we've identified is that there's an awful lot of opportunity for shared service and collaboration with ILT. It's one area where the nature of the work means that colleges can share ILT staff across organisations and can work together. And this is very much linked into the present scenario in FE, where we are focusing very much on efficiency and ways of saving money, ways of delivering the curriculum in a more cost-effective manner. And as well as this happening in parallel are changes in the funding methodology next year, which is making ILT in some ways much more easy to fund. The 600 hours plus of delivery that all full-time FE learners will have to take can include hours of online and blended learning, and colleges must be able to show that they have invested some costs in doing this, and that this is a way of costing ILT staff. a number of questions arising from all this for future research that I think would be valuable to look at. Firstly, what are the costs and benefits of a shared service approach? Clearly there are savings to be made in sharing ILT staff across organisation, but there may be some costs in different organisations having different focuses, working with different curriculum, etc. Another key question to look at is what is the optimal ratio of ILT staff to teaching staff? And we have found that this varies enormously across colleges. The more ILT staff you have, the better the ILT delivery would be, the more opportunity there are for savings in delivery, but of course each ILT staff is a cost to the college itself, and so there should be an optimal number, and this needs to be identified. The next question for further research is what is the best place for ILT to be placed in an organisational structure. We've seen through this particular project that ILT can be placed in a number of different parts of an organisational structure. So is it best for it to be curriculum focused, quality focused, IT focused, etc. And finally, how generalist or specialist should ILT staff be? Particularly in colleges with small numbers of ILT staff, they have to be very much generalist. They have to often do very much IT support, VLE installation and support, content development, staff training, etc. But with organisations that have larger numbers of ILT staff, they may have more specialist roles around staff development, content development, VLE support, etc. And further research would be useful to identify what are the benefits of specialist or generalist staff.